guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm trying something a little bit different today. I've decided I'm trying to find a good new filming spot for when I'm not doing like makeup videos. Essentially, I'm finding it like really stressful, the fact that my filming room is the same room that I'm working in. I'm in that room every single day, and filming videos in there is kind of stressing me out because it's one thing more I need to be in that room for. So I'm just going to test this out for this video and see what your thoughts are, and yeah, let me know if this is good. I don't actually know where else to film in my flat. I haven't really got like a good filming space, so this is literally like me at my kitchen table. As you can tell, I've got my ironing. No, this is a oven glove. Why did that take me so long to remember what it was called? I realised I put my dinner out already, and I think my cat's gonna try and eat it because it's right on the counter. So I may jump out of frame a few times to save my supper. I already filmed this actually. I filmed it as part of like a get ready with me. Ooh, sorry, that was my cat. I filmed it already as like a get ready with me. It just did not work. Millie, no. See, it already happened. Rightfully so, I had to go and save my dinner. Alright, let me try and find the section. Alright, so we are on the 21st section part of this video, and we are starting on 918, I believe. Okay, so do you feel that your life influences and is influenced by many other lives? So, I think everyone is influenced by other people in some sort of way. Like, there's little bits of your day-to-day life, or how you do stuff, or little things that you probably don't even realise, that I definitely think is influenced by other people. Like how you do your makeup, for example, that's a good one. Like, obviously I'm influenced by my YouTube videos by other YouTubers because they are doing the same sort of thing. Yeah, so I think there's like many different ways that people are influenced by each other, 100%. I personally don't think I have influenced anyone to do anything in any walk of my life, but if I have, I'm glad. 919. Has a smile ever made all the difference in the world to you? I don't think so. 920. Have you ever looked at a tree and considered how the roots could be miles long, trailing and entwined with other roots underground, all of them holding the soil together? Sorry, I had to save my cat. So yes, I have thought of this in some sort of respect, not completely, but a little bit. So I have definitely thought about it in a way where, so at my parents' old house, is it like a horse chestnut tree? Is that what it is? The one that grows conkers? Those trees? We had a massive one on the side of our house, and at some point over the last 30 years when we were living there, there was something about like roots cracking or making a crack up the old chapel's house. So my house lived next to a building that was called the Old Chapel, which is a house, but it was a chapel in the olden days. But we all called it the Old Chapel because that is its name. It's like my house had a name as well. So we always called it the Old Chapel because that was the Old Chapel. But anyway, so it was going up the Old Chapel's backside, and yeah, it was like a serious concern at that time, and that's like I think one of the first times I knew or learnt that roots grew outwards as much as the tree goes up high. The roots are forever spreading up wide and far. I'd never really thought about it before. And obviously, like when you see trees that are quite old, you can often see like the roots coming up through the ground as well, which is kind of creepy. So yeah, I thought about it in that respect. Really sadly, my parents moved out of that house a couple of years ago now, and the old chapel couple, the couple who live in the old chapel, they updated us every now and again, and that big old tree is now gone, which is really upsetting. I think they've cut it down. Like, it's not like cut, but they cut it down. It lost all of its leaves. It's really a sad sight. They took a picture of it. Actually, I found it on online because they were selling the house earlier this year, so they'd already looked to have it sold again, and they took pictures of the house, and they've ruined it a little bit. It's so sad. Like, seeing my mum's curtains that she put up all over the house still being up there, all the flooring being the same, but they've added like a doorway where there shouldn't be a doorway, and they've added like extra walls where there shouldn't be walls, and they kept on hiding in the kitchen. But weirdly enough, the most odd thing, this is a bit of a tangent, I know, I'm going completely off the question, but they had like stilts on all the furniture, on the beds, on the chairs. It was really weird. Like, the living room just had 2 chairs in it, and the bedrooms just had one of the bedrooms just had the bed in it, and the other bedroom had like a spare bed, I guess, but all the other rooms were empty. It was really a really sad sight that the person who bought it hadn't really done much to it. And the stuff that he did do, he ruined it. Like, he gave like the staircase like a handle and a banister, which I understand, but it was white and did not match and looked really naff. Just saying. Back to the questions. 9:21. Do you notice the little things in life? I guess a little bit. It depends on the situation, but yeah, I definitely think that like small things are kind of like really good. Like little thoughts or things, like when you reach out to someone and they like give you something or think of you and say, oh, this reminds me of you, blah blah blah, those sort of things. Yeah. 922. Do you feel, as Jung did, I don't know who Jung is, that deep down underneath our individual personalities we are all the same? I mean, technically we are all the same. We are all human. We are all species of the same. The only thing that defines us is our personalities, I think. Underneath it all, we all have the same bones, muscles, blood, all those sort of things. I don't want to go too deep in that. But yeah, we do have all those, the same things. Personalities clashing and like that sort of thing, that's how it starts. 923. Do you feel a great oneness with the universe? Not really, no. I don't touch the universe's ground every single day, to be fair. I'm like 2 floors up. I can't feel the universe under my fingertips most days. 924. When was the last time you decided to really enjoy myself? The last time I decided, that's like a little trick question there. I'm sipping my orange juice first, I think. So, I don't really have like a big group of friends. So ever since I was like a teenager, I never really had anyone to go to concerts with. So yeah, going to One Direction concerts, going to see Harry Styles concerts. My last time I decided to enjoy myself was McFly did a concert or a tour. Was it last year or the year before? I think it was a while ago, but it obviously got delayed because of COVID. I ended up going to that. That was my decision. I decided to go and enjoy myself because McFly had been in my life for like over half my life. I have been a fan of theirs a lot longer than I have been of One Direction's. People may or may not know that I'm a huge One Direction fan. I'm even wearing like Niall Horan merch right now. But McFly came first. I have been a fan of them since I was 13. One Direction, when did they come around? When I was like, when was it? 2010. So I was 19. So a little bit later on in my life. So yeah, McFly had been my day ones since I was 13 years old, like, or 12 years old even, 2003, 2004, that time period. they had a tour and I went to it and it was flipping amazing. And Danny and Tom, they had like a B stage and they made a mistake and it was flipping hilarious and it was, oh, so good, so good. I love those boys until my death. Dougie is my favourite, has been my favourite since I was a wee little child, but there we go. 2025. When was the last time you set yourself free and acted without caring at all what someone else thought? I mean, I guess it's the same sort of situation. So I'm a little bit older than the fan base, I guess, for like One Direction fans or but I mean, I'm the same age as the One Direction boys, so I've never really understood people's thought process with that. Surely it makes more sense for people to be like the same age and like a band, you know? Like, what's wrong with that? I don't know. I've never understood. So those were really great times. The 5 times I saw them live. The last time, I mean, I've been stuck in my flat the entire last 2 years. So the only time I've really gone out and enjoyed myself like that, I guess, is when I saw McFly. I didn't know anyone there. And because it was like COVID time still, there was like, my whole row was empty apart from me. Well, there was like half the row, I should say. So I had like all the space to myself. So I was just like jamming out, singing all the songs, no care in the world. And that was great. Was it like in November or something? No. I feel like it was in September or October. I honestly can't remember. This is really bad. Oh, my memories are fish. 926. Have you ever held someone and appreciated how delicate and fragile all life is and felt that they were even more precious and beautiful because one day they would die, and so were you? I'm gonna say no. I mean, in general, as I've got older, like the last like year or two, as everyone gets a little bit older, I do think these thoughts a little bit more, and I am like horrified and terrified of like death, and it's one thing that really scares me, and like my family members dying and knowing that my parents are gonna probably die before me. That is one thing that I am terrified about. I guess I was gonna say no, but I have that same sort of feeling with my cat. So I've had my cat now for 2 years, and I do get that vibe, like when I'm stroking her. She doesn't like being held or carried. So like when I can have the opportunity to stroke her, when she allows me, I do think about that. Like, she's obviously not going to last as long as I am. She's what, 4.5 years old, in England. In Earth ages. Human ages. I don't know what that age is in cats. I think it's like meant to be like 20 or something around that. I think she's an adult anyway. In 927, in 10 years time, someone else might own your house and the room that you're sitting in. I hope they do. I don't want to be living in this flat for the next 10 years. Someone else might be standing right next to where you are sitting now. So that means you could be standing right next to someone, but you can't see him or her because they are 10 years away. Ever look at life like that? So yes, I have definitely thought life like that. Before I moved in here, the only house I knew was my childhood home. And moving in here, I met the people who lived here before because I visited this house to check it out and to, you know, see if it's appropriate for me. As you do when you're buying a house or a flat or whatever. And I can remember how they had the flat exactly. So it's weird to think that like they had different belongings in this flat, and I think their kitchen table was around about here, and they had like high chairs because they had like twin baby boys, and then they had like 2 sofas, and the telly was like on the diagonal. They had like a fish tank at the end, like all these things. I think about them all the time, and how different it was for them, of a family of 4 living in this flat, and I'm a family of 1 with my cat. Who's going to move into this flat after I've gone? I don't want to be living in this flat forever. I actually hate living here. The amount of noise my neighbours make. I have thought about that before, 100%. Like, I'm definitely one of those people like who thinks about how people like breathing, like, or like sleeping, or, you know, I've got to that point where like right at this minute, right at this time that you're watching this right now, a celebrity is sleeping. A celebrity is filming the next best thing. A celebrity is writing and recording and in the studio. A celebrity is like going to the toilet. A celebrity is like having a bath or a shower. Like, I think about those things all the time. I did it a lot when I was in the fandom and I was in different time zones as to what they were doing, and it was just weird to think like, oh, I'm going to bed now, but they're just waking up, or oh, I'm just going to bed now, but they are literally just going on stage, like that sort of thing. It's just weird, like time zones and lives and everything is so strange. That was a very long-winded answer, I apologies. So, 928, when was the last time you soaked in a bubble bath? Towards the end of last year, I think. I haven't bought any new bubble bath since. I do have baths quite regularly. I love having a bath, to be honest with you. Love it. Read a good book outside. I'm gonna have to probably say when I still lived at home. So that was 2018, before 2018. I used to love sitting outside in the garden and reading a book in the summer. Unfortunately, I live in the flat that does not even have balcony access, so can't really get that. Don't really get any outdoor air at all because I live in a flat, and that's a little bit sad. Held someone's hand. No idea. Felt truly joyful. $929. What do you bring to this world that no one else can? I don't know, actually. I don't feel like I'm that special. Things, but I just don't think I'm that amazing. I don't really think I think I'm quite bland. Maybe that's why I've got no friends. 930. Do you feel that you're a part of every living thing in this world and that all those things are part of you? Not really. 931. Are you more afraid of death or not completely living? I actually don't want to die old. I'd much prefer to die young. Also, the fact that I know that like family members are all going to die before me scares me. I'm like the youngest, all my cousins are older by like 20 years, and like my parents being in their like mid-60s, I'm hoping I've got a while left with them, but it scares me. I don't know what I'll do. I spend most of my weekends with my parents. I see them the most out of anyone I know, like ever, and I'm such like a homebody. I like being with them, and the idea that one day that they aren't going to be there horrifies me. It terrifies me. I don't quite know how I will live without them because I depend on them for a lot. I'd be lost, like completely lost. I just don't know what I would do with myself. 932. What was the last thing you wanted to do but didn't or couldn't do? I'm someone who, when I want to do something, I'm quite adamant about doing it, and I will push for it until I do it. Like, I'm quite spontaneous. Well, I'm not spontaneous, but like once I have an idea of something, I won't stop thinking about it until I do it. Like getting my cat, I thought about it for years, and I just ended up getting it. Like, I just did it. 933. Why don't you try and do that thing now? Because I don't know what that thing is. 934. What is the most wonderful thing happening right now in the world? Honestly, I don't know. I don't really keep up with anything anymore. I've kind of left the fandom bases of things I keep up with. I don't watch TV live. I just watch whatever's on Netflix and like recorded things. The only thing that I really keep up with, like, in real time is Formula One. Formula One is beautiful. It's my favourite sport. 935. Name 7 things going on around you that you normally wouldn't notice. I'm literally in my flat alone. I don't know what I wouldn't notice. What, like looking outside, seeing that there's like a service station over there, seeing the lorries moving in and out, that sort of thing. Or like the fact that some neighbours don't close the curtains, like I haven't yet. Or what? Like my lights are flickering, that sort of thing. I don't know. 936. Name 3 things you hate. How fake Hollywood is. How fake Hollywood is. How fake Hollywood is. Okay. 957. Name 1 good thing about each of those 3 things you hate. Good songs. Good films. And the hilarious Daily Mail comments. 938. What do you tend to see in black and white rather than in shades of grey? Is this meant to be like a really deep question? Like, you can only see things in black and white, but then grey is a little bit when it's a little bit fuzzy. So like about my glasses, everything's a little bit fuzzy. Is that like a little bit grey? A zebra. Admit 3 things that you do that you're ashamed of but shouldn't be. I wash my hair once a week. I'm really bad at washing up, but I do wash up before. I do clean my dishes. Wow, I can't speak. I do clean my dishes, I just don't do them daily. And the 3rd thing, well, since COVID, I'm really bad at remembering to put deodorant on a daily basis. And I should mention also, this is a 4th bonus one. I'm wearing the same outfit. Oh, these joggers and this. I've worn this the entire week. It's Friday, wearing it every day since Monday. And it's because I've not been having to have a camera on. If I notice during the day I've got to put the camera on at work, and I know I've got meetings set in for me to do that, I know these people who will have the camera on no matter what, then I'll change. But otherwise, I'll wear the same outfit. And this week was one of those weeks where I didn't have a camera on at all this week. So, what qualities make a person good in your eyes? That they're nice, that they're funny, they're not mean, they're not bullies, they have a good personality, charitable. Yeah, there's probably more things I could think of, but not right now. 941. Do you have any of these qualities? I think I do. I mean, I just donated a lot of money. I'll say yes. Okay, we are at 28 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna hang up? No, I'm gonna stop. I hope you guys enjoyed this tidbit. The sun has been getting darker. I'm gonna try and figure out a place to film that's not my spare room, so we have a bit of a different background, because I'm getting quite bored of that, showing my front door all the time. So I'm gonna try and figure out a new like filming area. So bear with, the next couple of videos may be a little messy. But that said, I should see you guys next time.